The new Flat Rate Podcast.
The new Flat Rate!
For contractors ready to boost tickets, simplify business, and gain freedom. I'm your host, Matt Koop, and sitting down with me today is Matt Koop, the Vice President of the new Flat Rate, and a business development consultant, to talk about Freedom Builders University. I actually heard a Freedom group going on this morning. Matt, what are those calls all about?
Hey, Natalie, thanks so much for having me on the show. First of all, for those that don't know, our Freedom groups are a great resource for everybody. But I don't want to give you the sales pitch. I want to give you the meat and potatoes, if you will. And so here's the thing. This morning, 9 o'clock Eastern time, we were online. There was probably 15 or so contractors on the call this morning. We do these twice a month. And so in our Freedom line, which is available to all new Flat Rate members, we twice a month come together and kind of work together as a team to solve current issues and stuff going on in the industry. Well, this morning, the topic was really about, hey, how can I prepare to sell my business? But we brought in a special speaker on that. His name's Paul Mescal, that is a CFO and business exit strategist that specializes in helping companies exit. But the beauty of the call was that we learned that, even if you're not ready to exit today, even if you don't plan on ever, quote unquote, selling off to a big entity or anything like that, he said, every company still needs to be built to sell, because what that means is that it gets to where it can function without you as the owner on a daily basis. So it kind of brings that freedom in, if you will. And so as we were working through with Paul today, he just taught us a lot of tips and tricks on, hey, how can I start today to plan my exit, whether that means I want to pass it down to my children, whether I want to pass it over to the employees, or I want to go ahead and sell out within the next 5 years. What were the numbers, the metrics, the KPIs, the things I need to do right now to prepare for that? And so that's just an example of kind of what we went through this morning. But we do this twice a month. And when we have them, the beauty of it, Natalie, is that the topics range from I want to, exit my business all the way to, my service techs or my office staff are struggling with this issue. How do we correct that issue? Whether it be with culture, whether it be with a new flat rate, or whatever it is. So really just a hour to an hour and a half of extreme value and insight by not only some industry leaders and experts, but by your peers as well that have already fixed a lot of the issues and problems that you're going through.
So how does Freedom Builders go into the new flat rate?
That's a great question, Natalie. The short of it is the new flat rate, we're a company that focuses on keeping families together by making business profitable. Most of you that listen to the podcast are aware of our flagship product, the automated presentation app that builds your presentations and everything for you. But years ago, we not only did a lot of training on how to utilize that product in the field with your service techs, but the managers and owners of these companies that use the program, they were coming back to me and they were saying, Matt, we love how you guys have solved this problem for us in our company. We really like the way you look at business. Can you help us address, adjust, and grow kind of to our potential with all these other areas of business, from the culture to the daily management to the KPIs and really most importantly to getting systems and processes in place. And so out of that request was born, kind of from the ashes, if you will, which is why we've got a phoenix on our logo here. What was born is this group of contractors that wanted to work together to help each other achieve that. And so Freedom Builders University, we've got a lot of resources in this side of the new flat rate. from leadership and business growth summits, which I definitely want to talk to you about, but then also even coaching resources and consulting resources, which is a big difference there according to whether we're just trying to hold you accountable or whether or not you need help actually even finding the resources and having somebody teach you and train you how to be a better leader, how to be a better business operator, and ultimately get you the tools that you need to succeed. So, couple of things you should be aware of. First of all, we have ways that we can help all of our members and even non-new flat rate members in these different areas, whether you're utilizing all of the programs or not. We have some great plans where you can come in and join and just get full access to everything. But a lot of you, let's just face it, you're busy, you got a lot going on, but you might say, well, you know what, I just need a little boost. And so one thing I definitely wanted to share with you today, Natalie, was that we started a new kind of program this year that we call these leadership growth summits. And these leadership growth summits happen once a quarter. They're for managers and business owners. Each company that goes can send up to 2 people because they are limited space. So picture a small group, about 25 contractors, kind of is where we try to max it out at. But the cool thing is we have one every quarter in a different city at a contractor's location. And so a part of these, you'll get the opportunity to tour somebody else's facility, but not just to see another shop. You've probably seen some shops, you probably have one yourself, but to actually see how they've implemented systems and processes that have allowed them to scale more profitably and a whole lot faster. And so I'm super excited for those of you that are seeing this, live or now, because coming up September 18th and 19th, 2025, we're going to be out in Shreveport, Louisiana, touring a company called Platinum Plumbing. And the reason I'm so excited about that is Platinum Plumbing has only been in business for 4 years. And they started off as a one truck outfit. A plumber like many of you said, I'm going to go out and start my own business. His name's Greg. And Greg knew that the business was supposed to grow. So he started from a position of strength with the new flat rate and with Freedom Builders. And over the last 4 years, grew from $0 a year to where they're growing up, pushing $4 million this year. And cool thing is they don't have 100 trucks to do that. They're able to do it with very, very profitable service trucks, maximizing every job that they go to. And so it's really neat to see their outfit and their facilities, how they control their inventory for such a fast growing company, but also how they've outfitted their trucks for to keep the efficiency up and keep their technicians focused on maximizing every job and closing the deal. And then another thing I'm always excited about is how they've implemented systems and processes for building their culture and their professional atmosphere in their office. Because that is one thing that they've done really well, is get their office to kind of focus and row in the same direction. And they're really, really great on the phones and all of that. So when we go into these companies, they've agreed to share many of their systems and processes with all the companies that join. And so you can ask them questions. You can ask for the, forms and things they're willing to share with you. And they will, to help you grow and scale and hit some of those results as well. And so really, really excited about that trip and just being able to see what's going on. But there's a lot of other things we're going to do there at the same time.
Yeah, that's great. Getting to see that firsthand in a company that's not only using the new flat rate, but is also utilizing Freedom Builders University all at once, getting to tour that. That sounds amazing. Matt, is there any other like little activities y'all are gonna do there that you would like to speak about?
Well, I actually would. So definitely follow the link and get registered. First of all, the event, like I said, it is a small event. We only allow up to 25 companies to join to kind of maintain the quality, because we want to make sure that everybody that comes gets the one-on-one time they need with our leaders, our coaches, our experts, etc. So at that event, like here's a flyer for it right here. We've got some really great sponsors that'll be present that you can come work with for growth as well. But some of the things we're going to be doing is you're going to get really a front row seat, not only to the company, but to the actual growth summit itself. You might say, well, what is that? Well, over the course of 2 days, we will have some sessions, but the sessions are workshop style. And what I mean by workshop style, Natalie, is that we're going to be actually working with our experts in the different categories of whether it's improving my culture, knowing my numbers in finance, getting the new flat rate off the ground in implementation, or just maximizing profits. And really, we're going to be focusing on taking this information, not only from what we learned this morning, which is how do I build a business to sell, but we're going to bring it all together with the idea of built to sell, designed to keep. Meaning, hey, I want to get to a place where my company could sell for max dollars, but to where it's running so well that I wouldn't mind holding on to it even. And so if that was the case, what would it take to do that? So in these sessions, we're going to be going through how to actually start writing processes and systems in your company today, but how to build a implementation plan that starts changing your culture to stop the one-offs. And what I mean by one-offs is when somebody says, oh, hey, boss, yeah, how do I do this? Like, that's always a big problem that makes your company worth so much less when that's happening. So we got to get their focus on starting to utilize and follow processes and systems that are in the company. And so we're going to help you build specifically for your company a series of processes, systems with some templates. We'll give you some examples to start customizing and adjusting to your company as well, to where you can leave this event not only being a better leader and manager, but with things actually done, instead of a whole bunch of homework that you're like, oh yeah, I learned some stuff, I need to go figure it out. Like, it feels so good to leave event with a stack of documents that are ready to roll out, that you're like, hey, these are ready to go, I can put this in place tomorrow, and we're going to start making more money and have a better company because of it.
We're going to have that flyer and all the links that you need in the description below. Be sure to check that out because we only have 11 spots left, okay? So if you are wanting to attend this event, you don't wait. Just go to the description, start figuring out how you can get to Louisiana, and start on that flight.
Let's plan it. Hey, one other thing. Can I add one more thing, Natalie?
Yeah.
For those of you, we want to get all of you there at Louisiana that can make it. Some of you, if by chance there's not a way you can make it, but even if you can, and you're like, hey, how do I learn more about Freedom Builders and bringing this culture and this other influence of peers, contractors, and accountability partners into my business? The easiest way to do that is to book a business assessment and qualification call with us, where we take you through some of the back end stuff to make sure that it's even a fit for you. Because it's really, hey, if we're going in a different direction, we don't want to waste your time or anything like that. So feel free to just send us a message at Freedom Builders University. Well, actually, FBU at thenewflatrate.com is the easiest way to do it. Or follow the link here and click on the registry, and you can ask a question there, or reach out to us, or just call us at the office. But just ask, hey, is there any way that I can set up a business assessment and qualification call to learn more about Freedom Builders? And that's another way to get plugged in, whether you can join this event or the next. And we'd love to see you on some of our calls as well.
If you want to learn more about the new flat rate, go to thenewflatrate.com. Lastly, if you want to learn more about Freedom Builders University by setting up a business assessment qualification call, you could email us at fbu@thenewflatrate.com or call us at 706-259-8892, or go to freedombuildersuniversity.com/FBU-events.